Hi, this is Phil from the Next Chapter team, and welcome to another article review. Today's article review is going to focus on 5 money habits to help you stop living from paycheck to paycheck. Before we jump into the review, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. Now let's just jump into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy another article review from the Next Chapter team. So jumping into the article review, it calls out that first up, around 60% of people in the US are living paycheck to paycheck. This is going to be a huge red flag. Why? Because so many people don't have money in savings. They can't cover their bills, upcoming bills with the next paycheck. And this really comes down to a lot of people not having the right habits in place. So this article focuses on the habits that you can put in place to really elevate yourself financially and reduce that living to paycheck situation that you could be in. The first habit is practice making mindful and intentional spending habits, right? Ask yourself before you spend, is this something that meets my priorities? Is this within my budget? Does this really going to add value to my life? And does it fit into the next 2-3 weeks between paychecks? Does this work? And does it have to be? Or am I just acting on impulse? Getting out of that acting on impulse situation is really important along your path to building wealth and to getting out of debt. So again, practice intentional, mindful spending habits. Second habit, where you can, automate your finances. Some great call outs here. Automate your savings and investing. So let's talk about this for real quick. So automate your investing in your 401k. Let that happen automatically directly from your paycheck. Automate your savings. Here's a tip there. Divide your paycheck. If you want to save $10, $30, $40 per paycheck, set that up automatically in your direct deposit from your paycheck. Or set it up to be an automatic draft the same days you get paid. You get paid $1,000, have that on a Friday, every other Friday, to have an automatic draft from your account every other Friday, that same Friday. That way you just get that draft and send it directly to your savings account. Automation will help you, especially with saving and investing. Now, another option is you could automatic bill pay. I am a fan of automatic bill pay when, 1, they're going to reduce fees or reduce your interest on your bills. 2, you are in a strong enough financial position that you can always be ahead of your bills, right? You want to stay ahead of the game so when it comes out, the money's already there, right? So this one, that second part of staying ahead, that takes some real practice, some real intentionality with your money. But you can do it. So many people can do it. With some practice, really fine-tuning where you are, you can automate your finances both in savings and investing, as well as bill pay. That will help you have less time. Then it'll help you be on the path of regularly checking your accounts. The third habit, regularly review your financial situation. And so what they're calling out here is regularly review your bank accounts, your investment accounts, and your budgets or spending plans, and your overall financial goals. By reviewing all of those factors, again, your budget, your spending, your investings, your savings, by reviewing those factors, you can make sure that you are pushing your money to the right goals for you in your current situation. If you're in a debt payoff situation, you want to make sure you have those debts are going down. You check those debt statements so you can see that those balances are being applied appropriately, especially if you have a multi-tier debt. So like for a student loan where you have 3, 4, 5 lines of loans, if you do an excess, try to make sure that excess is intentional to one. The extra payments is intentional to one, not spread between all of them. Because why? You're spreading your efforts. Focused efforts gets better results faster. So focus, focus, focus. And a great way to make sure your focus is achieving your goals is doing regular reviews. So do a regular review of your financial situation. The 5th habit called out in this article is build an emergency fund. And I completely agree. This is so important along your debt payoff cycle and even on your wealth building journey. And build an emergency fund. And if you have to, in the cycle of all this, build out extra emergency funds to handle emergencies that you know coming. You know that your car is 12 years old and you're like, hey, this thing isn't going to last more than another 2 or 3 years because you have a really good trusted mechanic. You know what? Start saving for it. If you've got the extra money in your budget, start saving for it. If you are a homeowner and you have an HVAC situation and you see it coming because your HVAC person is telling you, start saving for it. So again, Building an emergency fund is paramount. They talked about automated savings. That's where you could be putting it towards your emergency fund. Building an emergency fund, building funds out to help you stay ahead of the game. A lot of emergencies, if you really practice looking at your financial situation, number 4, regular reviews, looking at what's going on, it will become easy because you're looking forward. You're looking at what happened. And of course, you look at the past that told you this is going to happen. You will have to do an oil change. You will have to do tune-ups on a vehicle, right? That's right. Vehicles need tune-ups, right? And I'm just looking at the big ones, the easy ones. Everyone's life factors are different. But building up a basic emergency fund will help you get over these factors when they happen. You will have an emergency. There will be financial issues. There may unfortunately be an emergency that you may need to fly across the country for a family situation. And have an emergency fund, that's an emergency. Because you want to order a pizza or Thai or sushi on a Friday night, you don't feel like going out to drive for it, that's not an emergency. You don't have the money for it, don't spend it. I'm not saying you can't treat yourself. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you cannot excessively spend your emergency fund money on quote unquote emergencies. Real left hooks to the chin. Those are emergencies, all right? Not because you had a long day. Number 5, at some point you are going to feel overwhelmed, and it's really important to get some financial advice. Financial advice could help you, advice from an advisor or a financial coach can really help you make the right decision to have a good, long-lasting impact. Now just make sure you find the right professional that works for you. Make sure you feel comfortable with them and you feel like they are being non-biased and they're giving you the best opinion for you, not for them, because they're going to get more commission, more best advice for you. You want to make sure that this person is well-informed, can give you advice whether it be on investing or retirement planning and even more. Now, I like that retirement planning part because this can be very complicated, especially if you're a dual income person, a household, where one person has the pension and another person doesn't, or someone has a very, very high 401k and the other person doesn't. There are a lot of factors that you have to really think about, or if there's an age gap, right? So really working with a financial advisor can really help you fine-tune and give you a non-biased approach what's best for the total situation. So eventually you're going to need some help. And you'll know it because you're overwhelmed and you cannot get to a solution, we'll say after a day or 2 or maybe even 3 or 4. But again, you'll know it. You'll be like, this is tough. And it seems like the answer's not apparent because there's a lot of complexity to it. And I can't just read a book to figure this out. I can't read a couple articles to figure this out. That's when it's like, ding, ding, I probably need some help. Hope you enjoyed this article review. Talk to you soon. 5 money habits to help you stop living paycheck to paycheck. All right, first up, number 1, practice mindful spending, mindful intentional spending. This could also be translated into a budget or a spending plan that is goal-oriented. It's that goal part that will help you achieve goals in the long term. Number 2, automate your finances where appropriate. So that means automate your savings and investing. And then when you really fine-tune it in, automate your bill pay. When you automate some of those bill pays, especially if they offer some discounts, that can be helpful as well. Number 3, love this, regular financial reviews, looking at your savings and investment and even those debts, making sure that they are working the way you intended. If you're paying extra, make sure it's being applied to where you want it to be. Hey, number 4, build an emergency fund. This is a great one. Build an emergency fund that'll help you also achieve your financial goals. And number 5, where appropriate, seek financial advice. And you'll know when you need it, when you are lost and you cannot find the answer quickly. Hey, thanks for staying to the end. This video is brought to you by the Next Chapter team. If you enjoyed the video, please take a moment to hit that like button, drop a comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. This will help the channel reach out to more individuals just like you. We offer one-on-one coaching where we work with people and small businesses to determine a clear path to achieving their financial goals. This includes things like budgeting to reduce debts, planning for big purchases, and even learning how to build wealth with the tools that you have readily available to you. So please see our link below to schedule a free 30-minute call with our team to talk through coaching and understanding your current financial situation. Also, check out some of our affiliate links below for high yield savings account. This is a great place to put your money when you're saving up for those big purchases and your emergency fund. Check out some of our videos right here. And please enjoy and see you in the next video.